Well, over the course of 10 minutes, the positions of two teams in the Premier League changed drastically. And I'm sure the emotions did as well of the fan bases. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. With me tonight is Brad. He supports Chelsea. And then down below is Sean. He supports Tottenham Hotspurs. Gentlemen, hello, good day. How are you?
Fantastic. Thinking of finals. It's almost finals week.
Okay. All right.
It's a final countdown on my end.
Hey, wait. Did y'all get your first win this year?
Whoa.
2026.
We'll get to that. We don't want to spoil too much too soon, Brad. That's
Ooh. I guess we will have to get into the 10-minute timer.
Oh, okay. I see what you're referencing back to my intro. Okay, got you. Before we let Brad ruin all the fun, if you could hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell if you're on YouTube. If you're on the podcast site and you want to hit it with a follow, like, review, whatever the platform so allows, we really appreciate it. First and foremost, everyone who clicked on the video or clicked on the podcast, thanks so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. We're shutting down shop here in the next couple weeks of our 6th season of Red Card Radio, which I think is tremendously impressive from us. So we're just gonna toot our own horn and be the little engine that could and just keep chugging. And maybe one day,
YouTube trophy back over here.
Exactly. Where would that go if we got a YouTube plaque? Where would it go?
We'd have to get 3.
Well, I bet you probably had to pay for extra ones, but that's a problem for season 92 if our current trajectory continues. So maybe you have
takes one.
Yeah, it just takes one. All right, let's get into it. This is round 34 of the Premier League. It was a truncated weekend because we had FA Cup action on Saturday and Sunday, the semifinals from London at Wembley Stadium for both teams. We had City of Southampton on Saturday. The citizens of Manchester City, the Sky Blue of Erling Haaland, will be in the FA Cup final for the 4th consecutive season. I think that's a record, if I'm not mistaken. So they beat Southampton with 2 last 10-minute goals. So Southampton took the lead in the 78th minute, something like that. And then City scored in the 82nd and the 85th or 86th minute to have enough goals to win the game. So Manchester City's treble hunt is still on. And in the FA Cup final, they will be facing off against none other than, Brad, what's your interim manager's name?
Caleb McFarlane.
Caleb McFarlane's Chelsea Football Club. After Caleb McFarlane's Chelsea Football Club defeated Leeds United 1-0 on Sunday from Wembley Stadium. So, Brad, Chelsea season up and down could end on a positive with an FA Cup trophy. Yeah.
I was gonna say, who cares? We end up with a trophy. Perfect season.
Okay, is it a perfect season if you end up with an FA Cup trophy and only the Europa League?
Sounds like a great season.
Great season or perfect season? Because 30 seconds ago was the perfect season.
It'd be a perfect season.
Okay.
Everything that's gone wrong, it's the perfect ending to the season. There.
Okay.
How about that? The perfect ending to the season.
But still overall disappointing.
I mean, we still end up with a trophy, so sure.
Sure. Yes. You get a trophy, and I'm not discounting that. The FA Cup that's a very nice trophy to win, and I agree with you. It's always nice to win the FA Cup, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, that you had Chelsea as the 3rd best team this season behind City and Arsenal at the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. But this is something
I had as first.
Well, yes.
But,
I know you.
But I think you're correct.
I know you picked Chelsea to win because you're a homer, and I respect
Always.
and I respect it. We'll have to unpack that here in a couple weeks? I don't ask you that question, Sean, because your season has been an abject failure, and I know that you're disappointed. So there's no point in asking you the same question.
Did you see the smile as he rose up, though?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just wondering. I saw a projected too deep depth chart of our championship team next year, which included comically included Kudus on it. And I was like, brother, he ain't staying. He's staying.
Hurt. You can't sell hurt players.
It also included Madison, which it's Madison
Who's
like
hurt?
32. So
yeah,
like
that.
Like at what point when you're an older player do you just decide, yeah, I'd rather just help Tottenham get back up than go play for Brentford? Because like unless a big club comes calling for Madison, which they might.
He's 29, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, still getting on the higher end, but yes, he is younger than I thought he was. But
well,
like if Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Villa, like if those teams don't come calling, Newcastle don't come calling, do you want to play for Palace? Just
maybe
stay in the Premier League, like you know what I mean? Like at what point in your career do you decide what's the best? You know,
I guess the thing.
Europe and win a Ballon d'Or.
I think the problem.
All I'm saying is there's an argument to be made that Madison might stay. There's not any realm of argument that Kudus is staying other than injury. He's like 24. He's insanely talented. There's no way he's staying on the Tottenham squad.
Yeah, I kind of agree. If he could move on, I think he would. But I still think Spurs are going to survive. So
they are not. I hate to inform you.
So let's actually get into this because this was the 10 minutes that I was alluding to. So in the two matches, West Ham, Everton, and Spurs, Wolves Spur. West Ham took the lead when did West Ham take the lead? West Ham took the lead in the 51st minute, and so they were cruising. It looked like they were going to pick up all 3 points, but Everton get an equalizer in the 88th minute. Now, if we flip over to what was happening in the Wolves game, Paulinho had taken the lead for Tottenham in the 82nd minute. So when Spurs fans are watching this and they see in the 82nd minute, because their games are happening simultaneously, like, oh, we scored. We are now matching West Ham's result. We're like, okay, this is perfect. It's not perfect, but we won our game and we're matching West Ham's results. That's okay. We'll take that. But then Everton score. And I'm sure Spurs fans were like, we're picking up points. We're out of the relegation zone. We've overtaken West Ham. Now we're gonna have a little momentum. We're gonna keep going. And then in the 95th minute, I believe it is the 93rd minute, 92nd. Yeah, thank you. Callum Wilson scores a winner for West Ham. And then I'm sure your hopes and dreams were shattered again, Sean. Is that an accurate description of the emotional state of a Tottenham supporter in the last 10 minutes of your match?
Absolutely not. You got it incredibly wrong.
Okay.
You would need to have hopes and dreams in order to shatter them. You can't shatter something that doesn't exist.
So you're just...
So when Tottenham scored, yeah, something bad will happen. Everton scored, yeah, something bad will happen. Boom. It's just the other shoe's coming.
I can actually respect that level of pessimism, just because
it's been all year. Yeah. Why would I think now it's going to be any different? It's just all right. And not only that, we lost an ACL, a grade 2 hamstring tear, which looked like an ACL, and Richarlison's probable, if that's even a term in English football. He was picked up a knock, but might play.
Yeah, which
would be great because he's the second attacking player. We only have, if Richarlison can't go, we literally only have one attacking player on the first team.
Is that Dane Scarlett?
We would have to call, no, Matthias Tell.
Oh, Tell?
Wait,
so we would have.
Can't Kolo Muani go?
Isn't he injured?
Oh, hurt.
Yeah, Brad. Yes, Brad. Look at that face. Maniacal.
Yes, it's
I'm sorry
just
to
for
laugh.
Charles.
I think we
It's
have to laugh at this though, right?
we have no creative attacking midfielders. That's Madison, Kulusevski, Xavi gone.
Wait.
Odegaard, Odegaard gone. Moani down. Kudus down.
Dang.
Didn't
Sold,
Deserby say?
sold
Did
Brennan Johnson to Crystal Palace for some reason.
Didn't Deserby say that he put James Madison on the bench just to give
For
Spurs
moral support.
Spurs fans some
That's the
joy?
point. James, you're asking me if I had hopes and dreams. This man put James Madison on the bench knowing daggone well he can't play just for a boost in the stands. Just a fan booth in the stadium.
I mean,
hey, it worked. You won.
That's a tremendous play by Deserby. Like, straight up, that's genius level from Deserby.
We're just putting injured players on the bench. We're dressing injured players for a morale boost, for just a serotonin hit.
Do you think next week he's going to call up like Gareth Bale and Dele Alli and Harry Kane to just come visit and like put Spurs gear on and sit behind the bench?
Didn't Lamella
Yeah,
this week?
Eric Lamella could show up.
Lamella did visit. No, honestly, this might work. People are starting to question if Kulusevski even exists anymore.
There are some rumors.
No one's seen him. Like if he dressed Kulusevski for the next game, that might actually work. That might actually just dress him and put him on the bench. Like, we have so many injured players that dressing an injured player does not matter, because we couldn't have played anybody else anyway, because we don't have it. We can't fill out the bench with the players we have available. So you might as well put an injured player on it.
So no hope, no happiness after winning a game. Nothing.
Oh, what's there to be happy about?
Because
job not finished.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a chance. There's always a chance.
Spurs aren't relegated yet. Job ain't finished. No happiness.
We got to go to Villa Park next week. What do you mean?
Is that where you guys play next week? Oh, dang. Yeah. So you got Villa Park next. Then what do you got?
And then Stamford Bridge.
No, then you got Leeds at home. Leeds at home, okay.
Yeah,
Leeds at home. Then you got Stamford Bridge. And then you got Everton at home. Bro, these are tough 4 games. These are, I mean, if you get 12 points, I think you stay up. But that's a tough stretch of 4 games.
Oh, we got Liverpool.
I guess the only solace you'll have there is that Aston Villa will have played in Thursday against Forest. So, but we'll address that on Friday when we release that episode with the preview of round 35. Okay, so that covers Chelsea, covers Tottenham. I guess we might be done. Nothing else to see here, nothing else to talk about, right? I guess.
Hold on. You're not happy this week?
No,
look, we went from the pot of misery to the pot of winning. And like Sean's just ruining this.
No, yeah. I mean, obviously I'm always happy, especially when we beat Newcastle, especially over the last 3 years, because there is some sort of beef simmering between Arsenal and Newcastle. And so I am always appreciative of 3 points against Newcastle. I was slightly disappointed that it wasn't more, that we didn't score more goals. I am left thinking, especially in this match, because I think we did create a number of good opportunities and we could have scored more. I'm sat here and I'm like, is it, are we going to rue not scoring more goals against Newcastle come May 24th? And it's entirely possible that we do. But it was interesting actually hearing Lee Dixon on the commentary. I guess John Champion asked him, he said, when does goal difference come into a play? Like, when do you start like recklessly trying to score goals? And Lee Dixon was like, not yet. You only really start talking about goal difference in the last two games, which seems crazy to me, absolutely crazy to me, especially in a league where goal difference, I feel like you would always be talking about goal difference and always saying score as many goals as you possibly can, within reason, of course, right? That's kind of the, to concede, but at the same time, score as many goals as you possibly can. And so I was left slightly disappointed. I think we played well. I don't think we played as good as we did against City the week previous. So, it is. I mean, obviously, I'm happy that we took 3 points, and yeah. So, you got to win. You have to win. If you don't win, you don't give yourself a chance.
Well,
so.
I'm going to go on the record and say that Lee Dixon is an idiot. You worry about goal differential from match week 1. You just want to hammer everybody you can within reason, like you're saying. But if the game's wide open and you're whooping wholesale hind end, then you might as well just keep whooping it.
Yeah, I think his retort would just be like, sure, like you have to give you take what the game is giving you, which each individual game is giving you. And if you're in a nervy, tight 1-0 affair, it's probably a little bit more prudent to preserve what you have rather than try and score a second goal and potentially leave yourself exposed, is I think the point that he would make. Now, an attacking-minded manager, an Ange Postecoglou, if you would be like, nah, mate, we're going to go score more goals. We're going that way. Exactly. Everybody load up.
Go.
So it's just different philosophies.
And you're back top of the table, sir.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yes, we are top of the table, but City, of course, we've played one more game than City again because City were in the FA Cup. Now, I mean, next week we play Fulham before City kick a ball in the Premier League. So it's entirely possible that we are up 6 points before City play, which will be nice, which is what we need to be. And so, it is what it is. Now the Premier League did announce all of the final fixtures for the last 3 rounds. Now that the FA Cup is settled, they were able to finalize the final 3 weeks of television fixture stuff. And so basically from here on out, Arsenal mostly, except for round 36, Arsenal play before City. So like next week, Arsenal will play before City. And then round 36, City play before Arsenal. But the problem is that, at a certain point, like there is talk that Arsenal could, in theory, win the league before, like when they're not playing. You know what I mean? Like if City don't pick up the right number of points, which we don't care. Like I take it from any Arsenal fan. We don't care how it comes if it comes. On the field, off the field, don't matter.
As you should. Who cares?
Just bring it. That's all we care about. So.
Well, you're speaking as the playing before is an advantage.
I think it is. I think playing before is an advantage.
Well, that's funny because I think I saw Spurs Twitter saying that for the rest of the season, Tottenham play before West Ham.
And are they saying
the times that as an advantage for West Ham to be able to see what they need to match before they kick off?
Well, that's because they're in front, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's James saying this is an advantage.
Well, because
for him to play first.
Because we are
tied
in front
/ behind, right? So let's say, like they're tied / behind, assuming City beat Palace.
Yeah. So like this is the way it would work: is that say Arsenal were behind City. City play before it. They say they're even on points. City play before Arsenal. They beat someone 7-0. There's 3 games left. They just put 7-0 up. Now they have a positive 8 goal difference. Arsenal are walking into that game feeling like crap. Like we got to score, and we got to score a bunch of goals, right? Like there's just more pressure on you. I think when you're playing second, because you don't ever know. Now, of course, you're giving motivation to the team who's playing behind you, and so like there's give and takes everywhere, right? But I'd rather, in the same way that like I would rather have points on the board than games in hand. That's just the nature of it. I'd rather play before. But it might be slightly different if you're trailing, right? Like, or excuse me, if you're already leading, right? Like you have an out and out lead before, because in West Ham's position, they're 2 points ahead of Spurs right now. if Spurs fail to win, then West Ham walk up there saying, oh man, this is a free shot. We win this game. We have 4 points on them, you know? And then they're able to tell themselves after the game, heck, even if they lose, they say, we're still 1 point ahead of them. If they draw, hey, we didn't lose any ground. But if they win, that's just like extra motivation for them to say, oh yeah, we're putting some daylight between us. Whereas Spurs are behind and they playing first, they rock up and they say, oh man, we have to win this game. We cannot lose this game. We can't even draw this game. We have to win this game. There's only one outcome that helps us, and that's just a different type of pressure. So I think in this situation, playing before City benefits Arsenal. I think in your situation, West Ham have a slight advantage over Spurs. Slightly. But I guess it's the same pressure on Arsenal because Arsenal have to win. Arsenal know if they don't win every game, then the title's over, right? So it's the same pressure in that regard. So who knows? There's different pressure things. I'm just saying I'm glad that I'm playing first. Maybe you should be glad you're playing first. I don't know. I can't tell you what you should feel. But you could tell me, what would you prefer? Would you rather play first or second?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The desired result is the same. We have to win. We have to win to get out of this. So it does not matter what time. We could play at midnight on the moon. We still need to win the football match. Like, it doesn't matter when we play.
That's a funny comment because on the Arsenal subreddit, they were complaining that in round 37, Sky moved the Arsenal game to Monday night. So the final home game of the season for Arsenal is against Burnley in round 37. And it was supposed to be
school night, Sky.
Yeah. And so there were 2 games that had to be played on Tuesday. That's of course the City and Chelsea games. So those games had to be played on Tuesday because they play on Saturday in the FA Cup final. And so of the other 8 games that they could pick, they picked Arsenal's last home game of the season to be moved to Monday Night Football, when potentially that's a weekend where Arsenal could win the Premier League. And had they won the Premier League, then they would have lifted the trophy at the Emirates on Sunday. But apparently there's some rule in England that says you can't present a trophy. You can't have a trophy lift on a weeknight. So apparently this is what the Arsenal subreddit is upset about. So in theory, apparently if Arsenal win the title in round 37, we won't be allowed to lift the trophy at the Emirates because it's a Monday night game.
Crazy.
This is what the Arsenal subreddit's upset about. And I think good for them. That means they're optimistic. Let's just win it. Again, like I said earlier, don't care how we win it. Don't care where we win it. I just want to win it. So who cares? But apparently that's a thing in England.
That's crazy.
I don't know, man. It's wild. So,
what?
Yeah, right. We're gonna have to do some looking into why that is, but we can't tell you. Other than that, pretty good weekend. Other than the fact that Sunderland looks like they have just absolutely checked out. They got shellacked by Nottingham Forest, and that's kind of a big result for Forest. It helps them in their goal difference race against West Ham and Spurs tremendously. They were at, and granted they had some breathing room between those two teams, but that helped them out tremendously. Forest beat Sunderland 5-0. I think it's at the Stadium of Light too, so that's disappointing for Sunderland. Fulham beat Villa to keep their European hopes alive. So, you think about Fulham. Fulham are now on 48 points. The Europa League spots start at 50 points. They're only 1 point away from 7th,
Maybe. It might start at 49 points.
Exactly, yeah. So, they're right in the thick of it. It's kind of a little interesting mini table going on for those Europa League spots. Because if we assume Villa in 5th is pretty safe. So if we assume 5th and up is pretty safe.
Yeah.
You've got Brighton on 50 points, Bournemouth on 49, Chelsea on 48, Brentford on 48, Fulham on 48, Everton on 47. Sunderland are still in with a shout on 46. So you could conceivably see, 7 teams there conceivably fighting over 3 European spots. So
crazy.
That's definitely something that we're going to want to keep an eye on over the next 3.5 weeks, because we've only got, well, I guess it's 4 weeks technically. We only got 4 weeks left in the Premier League.
4 games left,
which is exceedingly disappointing.
Doesn't it? It feels like the season's gone by really fast.
It does. And so
maybe it's because it's season 6.
Maybe, they say as you get older, time feels like it moves faster.
Yep.
So, but we'll go for it.
Say, it sounds like it's that time for us to ride on out. But before you guys close out, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, tell a friend, share it out. It only takes one more person watching us for us, to maybe get a YouTube sign back here. It'd be pretty cool. So hit that button. And thanks for watching.
Hit us up on social media. That guy that was just giving a rousing outro is at KSBradG. Down below is at Whiteheart_Sean. I'm at James Tiffany. Collectively, we are at Redcard_Radio, and we will be back on Friday to preview round 35. Until then, enjoy. We will speak with you all soon.